spokesman for Russia's Ministry of Atomic Energy was asked about the origin of the seismic event that took place in the Russian nuclear test site 2 weeks ago. He responded by saying, "I don't know what seismic activity you're talking about. Russia has voluntarily discontinued any nuclear testing and has stuck to this decision." Sure it has. B-Man? Batman Gaming? No. Okay, no need to tell me my own chat rules. Twitch. There you go. Green Man Gaming! You should probably join the forum as well, because obviously the Wheel of Mystery every month giving away free games. It's worth doing it. But you've got to get 100 points, and you get them by participating in the forum. And it's pretty worth doing. But that wasn't how I got it. I got it through the influencer program, because I'm with their influence program. In case you didn't see below the stream, there's the green team, and they're Green Man Gaming people. So yeah, I'm part of that. But it's a cool site, and obviously they have a lot of cheap stuff, like the games, especially around Christmas, are ridiculously cheap. So, their Christmas sale starts Monday, and there might be some ridiculously cheap games. Right, I'm not going to get caught out by this guy again. Okay, he's a bit of a way away now. Are there any explosive barrels? No, okay. Love the Skynet to destroy the storage. Okay, you've seen me. Weapon ineffective. Yeah, just smacking it with a... I meant to hack it. Sorry. I probably should have hacked... Excuse me. Hacked it to help me. Hi. Yeah, you've got that laser pointed on me. Good for you. Okay, I will be a moment. I need to deal with this robot sneaking up on me. Hi. Nice angle you've got there. It'd be a shame if someone was to sneak around and shoot in the back. Which is your weak point. Okay. Are we safe? Yes, it's safe to look at chats. Green Man Gaming sounds like the perfect place for lizard people. Well, I couldn't possibly comment. Did you hear about the UK elections? Like, we elected a refrigerated silly salami. I didn't personally, but a lot of people did. And the country's now screwed. Okay. So, is there not a better way of blowing these up? Right, I'm just going to go loot first, in case it gets a lot of attention blowing them up. There we go. Voting for the people can't even unite the party with a breakfast plan. Well, I mean, there's a whole mess around that, and it was all political nonsense to get Boris Johnson as Prime Minister. So, they deliberately didn't want to vote for Theresa May's plan just so that Boris Johnson could get his end in to be Prime Minister. And, now that he's in, they're all of a sudden on board. So, and then he got voted with a ridiculous amount of people, and he's a liar, and he's deliberately hid from the journalists and everything, and he's not compassionate about kids sleeping on the floor in the NHS, and lack of beds, and he's just a terrible, terrible person. So, Next 10 years, Tories don't get a majority for Brexit plan or hard Brexits. Well, I mean, he's basically said he doesn't really care, and regardless of any sort of plan, he's just gonna leave the EU regardless. So literally he's leaving without a deal, he's saying, and it's gonna be, even his deal's shit, but if it doesn't get voted for, he's leaving regardless. Okay, is there a way in around this? There might not be. Okay, so how do I throw grenades? You have been terminated. Wow, as if that was right next to... I could have sworn that was miles away from that explosive. Right, how far back have we gone? We've gone a fair old while back. No, it's fine. We are literally by this wall. Right, this time I will respect my grenades. Okay. We in with some electric parts. And they're not really going to be in for 10 years either. It's 5. But now, the Tories don't need any other party. They can have the majority. They can. And, that's the worst part, is they've been handed a majority. And I didn't need to blow that up at all, did I? And now they're going to screw over the country. And they can do whatever the hell they want. So, we are all going to suffer as a result. I don't think that was worth it. For one metal scrap to blow up that wall. Like, have I been here? I feel like this is the area that I had already been. I just hadn't found that wall. Okay. I should absolutely heal. But yeah, I mean, they don't need any other party, but also, like, just a lot of the nonsense that they come out with, it's... I don't know how people bought into all of it, and he has been proven to be non-stop lying. Okay, so there's nothing else over there. This is just this. Right. If I throw a grenade at that, will it blow up? There's a pretty big explosion. Right. Hero's own luck. There's still one more. Of course there is. How many explosives have I got? I don't know. That's... We are... Okay. Back to the main quest now. Oop, we got a level. Some decision needs a 2/3 majority though. Not in this country, I don't believe. I mean, I'm no expert, but I really don't believe in this country like 2/3 majority is a necessary thing. I believe all they need is, to tip it over the line. It's not like big businesses, where some things even need like 3/4 majority in big businesses, but according to our government, it's just as long as you've got the most of the people, then you're good. Right, so there's a big hole in the wall. I might have used all my explosives, so I'm going to look for an alternative way anyway, which, who wouldn't go the way that doesn't use your resources. Do they need the help of the House of Lords for something other than the House of Lords is just a joke? I mean, essentially, the House of Lords is a joke to the House of Commons, but, it's a ridiculous process that things start off in the Commons and then they get passed through the House of Lords. So if the House of Lords, which is made up by experts and people who have worked in specific fields of the country for X number of years and then been, made a Lords, and they have the final say on the law, and if it doesn't pass through the House of Lords, then it has to go back to the House of Commons. But the House of Commons, particularly the Conservatives, are trying to terminate them. They're trying to get rid of them because they think that they are an unnecessary burden and a blockage to a lot of the trash that they want to put in. So, and they also think that it's not proportionally representative of the voting public, because it's mostly Labour, because people who've actually worked represents the House of Lords. Okay, this is leading to somewhere. I can feel it. Oops. If I can climb it properly. Oh, come on. There's something up there, isn't there? There's definitely something up there. There we go. Climb. I mean, there's probably not something up all of these boxes, but when you pile up some boxes that I can sort of glitchily climb up, I gotta try it. But the House of Lords doesn't really have power. It does. They have the final say over laws. So there's an invisible wall. It's cooking me with an invisible wall. How dare it. Just because I can climb that, it doesn't want me to. There's no need for invisible walls. You could just change the physics of the level. Did they ever say no to laws? Well, they can't properly say no, but they can say this needs, changing to be legal. So they will, point out areas in the legislation that aren't legal and then get them corrected. So, but that can significantly remove aspects of things that they've tried to pass, so that they're not essentially the same law anymore. So once they've been, put through that, they can literally change the entire feeling and meaning of the law that was trying to be passed, so that it's something else entirely, and not, some sort of trash. Shoot its weak points. Yes, the red eye. Shoot it in its red eye. So that it's not the same trash sort of thing, like a lot of the things that Conservatives try to do are sneaky. Elected by the Queen. They aren't elected though, right? I mean, I think the Queen does make them lords, but like I say, they're not elected by the public, but they are, given a lordhood through long service in specific fields like doctors and, scientists and things that make them worthy of, being responsible for the laws, because they're the knowledgeable people rather than just common people, which are, idiots like Boris Johnson, who've been elected that know nothing. So, when they know nothing, the lords are actual knowledgeable people that do know what they're talking about. So they have the knowledge to make sure that it's correct and legal and, appropriate. So they are the correct people, and you should never get rid of the House of Lords. Some douchebag came up with the right idea to use mannequins for target practice. It's fucked up if you ask me. I just don't like the idea of shooting something with a face. Plus they creep me the fuck out. But Terminators have faces though. Me and Joker were keeping watch yesterday. It was dark. We couldn't even tell the difference between one of the mannequins and a Terminator. They look too much like humans. It's always on guard now around these fuckers. Joke said, now you know how me and the guys feel. You gingers are blowing the line between man and machine. You have no soul and you're rusty all over. What a fucking comedian. Gingers have no souls reference. That's a South Park. Literally every party lost voters except for the Tories. Yeah. Liberal Democrats kept about the same. They lost one, and the one that they lost was their leader. So, you know, they kept everyone except the leader of their party, and so she's resigned. But yeah, I mean, what a person to lose. But Labour lost a ridiculous amount. I can't believe how many people voted for Boris Johnson after everything.
And it's only from a couple
it's
of days
ridiculous. It's ridiculous how many people voted Boris Johnson. Like,
they must have moved on to that hospital.
Dark timeline.
All right, I've got everything. What's the status on that factory?
Okay, well, I'm not going back to the factory yet.
Colin?
Colin's dead.
Can you hear me? Colin. Shit.
Have you paid attention to your new dashboards? Because loyalty points are coming in on the 16th, like properly, not the shitty Streamlab ones that I've been using. There's actual Twitch loyalty points now, and you can set up your own things for them, as well as like people unlocking emotes and things. So you might want to get a head start on setting that up before the 16th. You know, give it its own name and a picture. Like I've called mine Pointlesses. Because it's, you know, they're a bit pointless. I heard people calling Corbyn a communist, and that's how he wanted to control people or something. He was far from it. He was a socialist. He was for the people and, you know, for making sure that rights were not taken away, which is what the majority of the Conservative legislation wants to do. Come on. Come on. Don't make me have to blow up the hole to get back out after we've come up this way. Hi. Where are you? Okay, something sees me. Is there a way out back here? Is that what you're telling me? And I just haven't paid attention. Heard about that with the channel points. Yeah, they seem pretty good. Ah, save. Was wondering about a lot. The Greens were so weak. The discussion about the futures. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really hear a lot of stuff from most parties, honestly. So, you know, it was all a bit rushed and trashly done. How do I get out of here? Right. Maybe I can just open the gate. Nope. Okay. I mean, I don't want to waste an explosive after we found a sneaky way in. I'm gonna find a sneaky way back out. Oh, hi. How dare you be in here? You're not meant to be in here. Okay, we can just open this from the inside. There we go. Right. Let's go. So, you're going to respawn a lot of things on the way to the factory. At least we've looted everything on the way. Like, all we have to do is watch out for Terminators. That's the advantage of looting everything early as well. Like, I can go waste some bullets on these things, but why would I bother? Why is Colin in the factory anyway? But yeah, I mean, a lot of the parties didn't really care to put up anything because it was only really about Labour or the Conservatives. And the stupidest thing is a lot of people were just saying go vote for the Conservatives. Like a lot of the MPs from different parties were like, you might as well just vote for the Conservatives. Excuse me, why did that fling me that way? even like some Labour MPs were like that. Why can't I jump over that? That's stupid. They absolutely shouldn't have been telling people in their own constituencies to vote for the Conservative Party rather than Labour. But, you know, it was poorly handled. They should have fired those MPs. And, like, any time that they brought up the attempts to get rid of Corbyn in the past, like, the MPs that were deliberately trying to sabotage the party from within, they succeeded in the end.
Where are you? Can you hear me?
They should have absolutely been whipped on fires for not following the Labour line and supporting their leader. Because literally every election time they sabotaged it, and that is the reason that they lost. Not because of Corbyn, because of those people that were deliberately sabotaging the Labour Party because they didn't like Corbyn from within. And now they all lost their seats as well, so, you know, a lot of stuff about Labour. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know where you went AFK, so I couldn't possibly say, but, you know. a lot of political stuff associated with what you asked. Okay. I feel like I might run into a proper Terminator in here rather than just like the robot drones. What? Why is Colin here? He was watching from a snipe point before.
Got away from me. I'm trying to see. What the?
Well, he's been shot.
Colin! Talk to me, Colin!
It's the same with every social democrat parties around the world. Pretty much. But, you know, it's stupid that the parties are sabotaging themselves from within rather than supporting their line. You know, they lost, and we're going to end up in this dark dystopian future with Terminators. And, you know, literally, I can see that people aren't going to get what they wanted out of Brexit. And, you know, the PMs lied about it in so many different ways. And there has been riots and things in the past in the country over specific issues such as that. That I see that when, when people don't get what they wanted, like, it's only going to lead to riots in this country. So it's not good. It's definitely a dark future coming. Social Democrats are... Hello. Ezio? Oh, you hung our friend and killed him.
Jacob Rivers, marked for termination.
Oh, you're a flesh job. I told you we'd come across a proper Terminator. I just didn't think it'd be a fleshy one. Okay. So, maybe I'm not a Terminator then, if we've got a Terminator chasing us. Topics are right, but the people don't want to listen to them, because the people want to focus on nonsense. Yeah, it's always the way. It's Boris and I'm Theresa May. Well...
Are you alright?
Boris got squished. He's a sandwich now. He belongs in the fridge. Every fridge joke. Did you hear about that? How he literally hid in the fridge to get away from the press because they were questioning him over stuff that he didn't want to lie about. So to avoid lying, he ran and hid in the fridge. Yeah, Boris ran and hid in a fridge.
Later, they found me lying in front
It's either
of
the day or 2 days before the
election.
election.
Alive.
And people still voted for him.
Colin's dead, and the stranger I saw is nowhere to be found. I told them about everything. I said that it wasn't safe for them to be with me.
So now there's a lot of Boris in the
But
fridge.
Jennifer suggested that right now, nowhere is safe. So we might
It's a
as well
silly
stay
salami. It's expiring meat.
together. Everyone pulled through as we prepared for the
It's
worst.
fresh. Fridge fresh. He literally hid. It's a walk-in fridge, so it's not a proper fridge, but He hid in a walk-in fridge in Birmingham from
Jacob,
the press who were
Are
questioning
you
him.
awake?
He ran and hid in
How
the
long have you
fridge.
been sitting there?
Not that long.
Literally a fridge.
I know that you're going to that hospital today, so I went on my first scavenging run. And I found something for
Ooh,
you.
a lamp. Or that
Thank you.
bullet.
You're welcome.
Did you go with your sister?
No. As soon as Erin heard that there's a hospital nearby, she asked Jennifer to go look for some medicine. So I went alone.
Yeah,
Don't
I asked him
tell
too
her
many
that,
difficult
okay?
questions.
She's already
He
at the
didn't want to
medical
lie
history.
about them.
Yep.
So he ran and hid in the fridge.
Oh, and Ryan wanted to talk to you.
At least I think it was in Birmingham. It was on the Birmingham news, and they were talking about Birmingham things.
Heat from a plasma rifle cauterized the wound. That's why he's not bleeding. But damage to the skin made the burn prone to infection. That's what we need to worry about.
Okay, Birmingham's one of the only places that is still. Okay, yes, faster learning. Still Labour. It's like everywhere else is now Conservative, other than like a Northern Wall. But I'm disappointed in like this country, how they could vote for him after all of that.
You're really smart. I learned all that before the war, and thanks to
Okay, I'm
Judgment
looting
Day,
everything.
I didn't.
Judgment Day did happen, I guess, in this, right? Have all the resources. Does that make it any quicker? No, it doesn't. What's this? Explosive materials. Sure. Hold on to it all for me. It's strange that the energy cells doesn't confirm. I might want the chemical compounds, because that was ammo. Scottish voted a lot for Scottish National Party, yes. Literally 90% of Scotland was the SNP. And then, you know, other than that... Right, I've got a lot of money, so I'm going to take all your ammo. And then... I've got a lot of med kits, I've got a lot of explosives, honestly. I don't need anything else. And then they want their own Scottish referendum for independence, so they want to stay in the EU. And because most of Scotland is now SNP, there's, you know, literally no reason why they shouldn't be allowed that. And, you know, essentially, because of the way the country voted, it's fine that they didn't vote Labour. Pardon me, because it wouldn't have made any difference, actually, on this occasion, whereas the previous... like things it would have,